Hello, and welcome back to the channel. This is The Gathering Place, and I am your host, Kim.
And I'm Matt.
All right, we're back at it, and we have an unboxing. I gotta get it here. We already took it off. We have the Avatar Beginner's Box. I thought this would be something cool that we could get into for the beginners. And we're gonna get into it. Let me get spectacles on. And first thing we have right on top, there is a package. And it looks like there are tokens. So we'll get into them. And then there's this paper. Oops, I gotta get it all in frame here. Welcome to Magic the Gathering. Now there is beginner stuff in here which we're going to skip because we don't need it. But we will explain everything to you. And then the other side, just some other decks online. All that good stuff. Okay, so we're going to get into these these tokens. It tells you how to lay your battlefield out. It explains on your turn. It explains, this is really going into detail on how you play the game. But we're going to explain all of that to you guys when we do our how to learn. And then there are tokens. There are several tokens. There are, good Lord, there are 3 of these, which all look the same, but all the backs are different. And then there's 2 of these, a wolf spirit. And then they have different ones. So we'll have to figure out what goes with what. Okay. Next, we have the rules reference guide. This is going to tell you all about the rules of Magic and how to play. And then we have 2 of the 2 decks that you're going to play with. The Zuko deck, Quick Start Guide, and Aang deck, Quick Start Guide. So this is basically going to tell you how to play from the decks that are in there. Okay, there's one, and then there's one. All right. Okay, and the next thing is these boards. I did not expect them to look like this. I was hoping them to be something decent, but they're not. This is in place of your mat. This explains where things go, where your deck goes, where the graveyard goes, where your lands go, where your creatures go, and all of that stuff. You get 2 of these in it. There's the other one. Whoops. Come on. Being a booger. You get 2 of them. And then you get... Oh my gosh. Okay. Not exactly sure what these are. But we'll let you see them anyway. These are the 1+1 and probably the minus. And then you got these cards. Not exactly sure what these cards are for, but we'll figure them out. Oh, these are probably dividers for the decks. That's what these are. These are dividers. They're double-sided for your decks. That's what they are.
Yeah.
I got it. And then this is just an explanation of what goes to what color. I do not know the characters of Avatar, but I'm sure you're going to recognize them right off the bat, and it goes with a certain color that they picked. Then we have a D20 dice. Okay. One that's black and red, one that's black and white. I suppose you want the black and red?
Yeah, that's fine.
He likes black and red, and I like the black and white.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We have tons and tons and tons of these. Okay. And then we have 2 decks here. There are 2 small decks in here that say do not shuffle. Now, when I've looked online at the other ones, what these are, there are small decks in here. They're 20 cards a piece. There are 2 that you do not shuffle because it teaches you how to play in the book. Okay? And you're not to shuffle these because it goes in turn. But since we already know how to play, we're shuffling them. And then you get one 20-card deck of each of the colors upon these 2 decks, I believe is what we do. I believe is what's in here. So we're going to open these up and we're going to see what they are. But from what I understand, that's what they are. Put the trash in there. Do not shuffle, but I got to see what they are. Okay, there's one deck. There's the other deck. And look, there's lands in here, Matt. This is the blue deck. Let me get these all separated. This is going to take a little bit. This is going to take just a little bit. Okay, this must be. My gosh, if I can get it. Are these? No, they are the magic. Okay. These are all the decks. These are the ones that you do not shuffle, and it says right on there. So these are the two decks that you play, and you play with them right off the top of the bat. Okay, but we're not going to do that because we know how to play this game. So we'll wind up shuffling these in with something else. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 20 card that say Jumpstart deck. Okay, and I do believe these are all different colors. There's one. There's one. There's one. So we're just going to go through them and find out what they are. And he and I will just make a deck quickly to pick out of what we want. I'm going to leave these do not shuffle over here. Okay. So if we look at this, there are 2 blacks. So you pick a black and I will pick a black. You need to focus on this, Matt. Put away what you're doing. So we can figure out what's what here. So this is red. This is white. Okay, these are the 2 that we're not supposed to shuffle. So I will take the white. You take the red, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 black decks here that have 20 cards. So do you want this one or do you want this one?
And what, are we breaking them down?
No, that just goes right with your deck.
Oh.
Then I assume there are 2 green, which we would each get a green. There are 2 blue. There's a red and a white. We're discussing which ones we want here. It doesn't matter to me. They're all black cards.
I know, I'm just looking.
I mean, they're all going to be fun and play. You want that one? Okay. I will take this. Then there is a white deck. I'm going to take the white since I have the white, and you take the red since you have the red. Okay? And then we each get to pick one of the blue and one of the green. So this right here is a 60 card deck, basically. We got to get these. We got to get them out of there. Okay. Okay. So what we will do get out of this one. Okay. So this is a 60 card deck. I have the do not shuffle one here. I have a black one, and I also have the other white deck, small deck that they did. Like I said, they are 20 cards, but you need 60 to have a deck, a full deck. So put them there. I'm going to put those there. We're going to get rid of the guides because we don't need them. We know what we're doing. And then what we'll do is I'm going to start, since he's decided on which deck he wants, I'm going to start sleeving up. And when we have our tutorial on how to play, we will play with these decks that we just made. Okay, so he gave me a blue deck and a green deck because there were two of them in there. Now these cards are going to my binders so that when I decide I want to make decks, I got cards in there to make decks. They're my extra cards.
Put all this together?
No, you pick 3. You pick the original one that this came out, Do Not Shuffle.
So what's this one?
Was that one. That's 20 card deck. Now, that's red. I know you like black. Stick the black in there. That's another 20 card. Then you pick one of the others. That's why I gave you the red, because it's red goes with that. So you'd have 2 20 red, and then you have 1 20 black, and that's a 60 card deck. Then the rest of the cards can go in your binder for when you make decks. I mean, that makes the most amount of sense, right? Because you probably don't want 3 different colors in one deck, right?
Well, they all coincide with it.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. I mean, really, it doesn't matter. But this is the deck that we will play with when we teach you how to play Magic. We will bring this special deck out from this box. And this box is normally $35.99. But my local game store had it on sale for $27.99. So that's why I bought it. It was a lot cheaper. And I thought for teaching you how to play, it would be perfect. So this is what we had for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. And you all have a great magic day. Love you all. Bye-bye.
See ya.